Brodes Media.
I feel a lot better than I did yesterday, 5 seconds after the game ended. I'm not surprised. I clearly lean way more positive about this group, considering they win. Oh, by the way, they win. Even if it makes my eyes bleed, they win. And I'm watching Green Bay. What the hell was that group? I'm watching a lot of these teams in the NFC, and nobody scares me. If anything, I think Vic Fangio's defense scares everybody the most out of all teams in the NFC. Out of every phase of each team, I think the Eagles' special teams, with guys blocking punts and field goals nonstop, with their ability when they turn it on to have the most lethal offense, and the way this defense tackles, it's clear you're getting everybody's best shot. And you are still afraid of this year's version of the team. You're getting everybody's best shot naturally because you were the last team to hoist the Lombardi trophy. But now you see DeGene and Q even taking a bigger step. Look at what Q did yesterday. He's traveling all over the field. You got a Zach Bond 2.0 in the making in Jihad Campbell. I'm telling you that you scare everybody still. And that is definitely so important. But yesterday, second half, 5 seconds after the game ended, it bothered me. It bothered me a lot because I'm seeing tweets from Zach Berman, who does a great job covering the team, obviously, for The Athletic. And when he talks about Saquon in the second half having -1 yards on first down rushes, 6 first down rushes, -1 yard, there is something wrong with your structure. If teams can annihilate Saquon Barkley that efficiently on first downs. And it goes almost hand in hand with what Nick Sirianni was saying in his media availability today, which he was 45 minutes late to. I always find it funny when coaches stress details. Details. And then here they come, smiling ear to ear when everyone's scratching their assholes, waiting for you to step up to the podium. Oh, my bad, I was late. I had a meeting. Come on, man. I got stuff I got to do. If you couldn't tell, yeah, that pissed me off. I'm trying to figure things out with my wife. I got the kids to take care of. I said, hey, 3:15, I got to make sure I'm prepared for Nick. And then she texts me at 3:40. Is it done yet? Is it done yet? The guy isn't even here yet. Anyway. Here's the truth. So damn impressive to beat Tampa on the road in 100-degree weather, to beat the Rams at home when you're down 26-7, to beat Kansas City week 2, when they lost week 1, knowing that you're watching them sort of revive themselves. Point being, maybe they aren't the dumpster fire Kansas City Chiefs. Maybe there is something to them having a pulse, and you were able to beat that team when they were desperate and hungry to get off the 0-1 schneid. And then week 1 with Dallas, not that Dallas is good. You see their defense is an abomination to the sport. But week 1, crazy, bizarre things happen. You're not beating up on the Sisters of the Poor. Is that the joke? The St. Mary Sisters of the Poor? I don't know. I just hear people say that. I don't even know what it means. You're not beating football teams that are going to have a total of 3 or 4 wins by the end of this puppy. These are serious wins. And it took me all of 24 hours to get all the nasty stuff out of my system. Not all of it. Some of it's still there. But I'd say I'm back to being who I want to be again, which is a guy that's understanding 4-0 is a hard place to be. And especially when you're only playing half of the football game. In a weird way, it's almost more astonishing and more absurd that you can be 4-0 when in 2 of those games you're facing really good opponents and you're only playing half the game. You're only playing half the game. Offensively, at least, you're still winning these games. Ay. Nuts. It's nuts that we're here. But the one thing that I really can't stand are the Kevin Patullo supporters or the, hey, stop throwing shade at the OC. There's plenty of blame to go around. there's no doubt it's a team effort when you have 0 completions in the second half, but it starts somewhere. I don't like that some feel it's too easy to blame Kevin Petula. Maybe it's easy because it's right. Maybe it's easy because it's clear fundamentally he's eating up or taking up a lot of that pie chart of who's to blame. He's the one that's setting this team up to fail. So if the players can't execute, and if the players can't do X, Y, and Z, sure, they have a piece of the pie too. But the guy in charge that's supposed to put them in position to succeed isn't. It starts with that guy. And if that guy gets his head out of his rear end, if he knows how, then you'll see better execution from the QB, from the line, from the running back, from everybody else. I want you to take a listen to Ray Didinger, because nobody wants to hear it from me. God forbid I say it. But we all respect the man, the myth, the legend, Ray Didinger, who was on with Joe DeCamara and John Ritchie this morning. Listen to what he's saying about the struggles with Saquon, the scheme, things of that nature.
And one of the things that that I was thinking, and it's just my armchair coaching thing, but this was particularly true through the Rams game, was, man, I know this coaching staff loves the 12 and 13 personnel. I know they love double tight ends. I know they love 3 tight ends. They love to do that. But to me, if you go with that formation heavy a lot, which they like to do, you tighten up your own formation by definition. It's tight ends. And I think that makes it, if a defense wants to attack the line of scrimmage and shut down the running lanes, I actually think if you go multiple tight ends, you kind of help them do that because you're bringing everybody together. Sometimes I think, and I thought I would like to see maybe less of that and more 3 wides and spread the field a little bit and create a little bit more room. You know, maybe that would help you get out of the log jam. But when you go double tight end or 3 tight ends, you're kind of bunching up the formation. I think you're making it easier for teams to play the interior.
See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? And here's the kicker. I believe they can get this right, which is why I'm not just annihilating them to the nth degree, big picture, saying we're screwed. If I felt there was no way in hell they could rally together and get on the same page and make this right, then there would be so much more pain in my body. Then I would feel broken because you are now wasting a chance to do something serious. There's a long way to go. Now, I wish they were taking bigger leaps and bigger strides with their progression from week 1 and week 2 to week 3 and week 4. And maybe the competition has something to do with that. Listen, when you face the Giants, Jackson Dart or not, and it is very unfortunate to see what happened to Malik Neighbors. You never want to see an injury like that happen, but maybe we don't see the extremes as much because, well, the talent disparity is going to be different. Should that make you feel any better if you're playing lesser teams and you're not struggling as much? I don't know. The goal is you got to beat these badass teams. You got to beat these tough opponents, and that's the standard. That's the bar. That's who you're going to have to face in championship games and in NFC championship games, divisional rounds. But they also did beat them. You know, it was uglier than it's probably going to be when you face some of these weaker opponents. But ultimately, they still won all of those games. But in regards to better flow, better understanding of how they need to run their formations, better understanding of route concepts, I got to imagine over time, there's just too much football knowledge in-house, and there's too high of a standard where that's inevitably going to roll into form. If they could have done it last year at 2-2, why not now? And if you want to have a pessimistic view, the answer could easily be Kellen Moore was very experienced and an outside voice that maybe was willing to push back on what Nick Sirianni wanted to do at times, or maybe Nick Sirianni wasn't even given the power to look at Kellen Moore with any sort of voice Let's be honest. Maybe that was the case. Whereas Kevin Patullo, maybe he doesn't have it. Maybe he doesn't have what Kellen Moore had. Maybe he doesn't have what Shane Steichen had to figure it all out. I mean, I guess that is one way to look at it. But you see the all-22 guys and the route running for A.J. Brown, and that's just not going to get it done. It's just not. This is the National Football League. It's so Bush League that you are even trying to attempt it. It's kind of annoying. It's kind of annoying. So as you can tell, I'm definitely in better spirit. I'm definitely in better mood, a better mood, but it's still there a little bit. Listen, it's day one after the game. The fact that I'm probably sitting at 98% we're back and 2% with still that rage, by tomorrow, we'll put it to the side. I think. I always have to keep preface it by saying I think.